Three dots appearing, but nothing. Your profile picture hasn't changed in 6 months. I memorize the pixels, scrolling through our thread at 2 a.m. Every word documented, indexed in my chest. Your last message still says talk soon, but soon turned into silence, turned into this blue screen glow, painting my face in the dark where you used to be. I keep my red receipts off now, so you can't see me seeing you. Checking if you're checking too. Just ghosts in the algorithm, data points that used to touch your name's a notification. Your toothbrush in the drawer. I can't throw mundane things away. The shower pressure's better on your side. Still catching myself saying we. When the super asks about repairs, he doesn't know you moved out, took your keys, but left your shape indented in this space. 700 square feet feels like 7,000 now. I could get a roommate, cut the rent in half, but then I'd have to share our past. Apartment 7C holds you in the radiator's knock. The neighbor upstairs plays your favorite song. Every corner's cursed with memory and dust. I'm haunted by the lease. A sign with us. Apartment 7C. Maybe I should burn some sage, rearrange the furniture, paint it all white, start collecting new memories to bury the old ones under. But the architecture knows you can't renovate a heart. You can't. This building's in my bones. Apartment 7C holds me hostage to what used to be. The address I gave when someone asked where's home. Every corner's both a comfort and a cage. I'm suspended in this space between staying and letting go. Apartment 7C, still 700 square feet of you. It's super cold. There's a unit opening on the 5th floor. Better light, he said. I told him I'd think about it. But we both know I won't. Open the drawer, read the labels twice, take with water and time. Doctor asked me where it hurts. I said everywhere you used to touch. You wrote me something for the symptoms, but there's no prescription for your ghost. The bottle says take one at bedtime. For anxiety and restless sleep, I take two and still dream you back. Side effects may include your memory. I'm following the dosage, doing everything they say, but the ache's still chronic, won't go away. In my medicine drawer, there's a cure for everything except the way I still need you. Pills to sleep, for pain, for panic, but nothing kills the habit of your name. My medicine drawer, can't fix what you became. Read the warning label careful, may cause drowsiness or numbness or both. That's what I want to not feel this sharp, dull the edges of where we broke. Took one for courage, one for calm. Wanna make it through the grocery store without seeing your favorite things and remembering what they're for. The pharmacist knows my name, now we feel ready every week. I'm trying to get better, but better's out of reach. In my medicine drawer, there's a remedy for pain, except the kind that sounds like you. White pills for the mornings I can't move, blue pills for the nights I call your phone. My medicine still can't bring you home. Maybe I'm addicted. tomorrow's gonna take my life. I need a dose of forgetting, and it's stuck through my veins. But the strongest thing they've got can't touch what remains. In my medicine drawer, there's a bottle for each day. Monday through Sunday, I take them all. But you're the only thing that works, and you're the thing that hurts the most. My medicine, your knows I'm still not cured, not cured. Not cured. Not cured. But I think I'll quit. Go through withdrawal. Learn to live with it. Driver, I sweat too. I say just drive. Meters running, slows my mind. City lights blur through tinted glass. Told him take the long way. I'm not ready to arrive at wherever I'm pretending to go. Radio's playing something I almost recognize. He turns it down when I start talking. Guess he's heard this story before tonight. Another passenger with too much to say, running from something, riding nowhere fast. 300 blocks and I still can't outrun what I did and what we become. Taxicab Confession in the backseat of Lives and Absolution. Tell a stranger what I can't tell you. Made it ticking like a countdown clock. I'm paying by the mile. Make sense of us. Taxicab Confession. Truth sounds better at 40 miles per hour. When you know you'll never see them again. He's nodding in the rear view like a therapist, making eye contact when I need it, silent when I don't. Professional grace, I tell him things I've never said out loud. How I loved you wrong, or maybe right, but in the wrong time, the wrong circumstance. He says love's complicated and accented English, and I feel less alone in 4 square feet. The meter climbs with every truth I tell. He's witnessing my personal hell with patience. Taxicab Confession in this moving tell a stranger what pride won't let me speak. GPS says 10 more minutes to home, but I ask him circle back around the block. Taxicab Confession. I'm not ready for the silence when I'm alone. When I'm alone, he tells me about his daughter, how she moved away last spring. Said his heart breaks, universal currency. Everyone pays it, no one wants to ask him, does it get easier? He says you learn to carry it different. Better advice than I paid for, but I'll tip him anyway. From a temporary prophet who's heard it all and judges nothing. Final turn onto my street. I don't wanna leave this capsule of honesty. Taxicab Confession. He says be kind to yourself, miss, and I believe him for a moment. Driver says goodnight. I say thank you for listening, for existing at the right time. Receipt says 28.50, but the wisdom was free. Still sitting in the driveway, not ready to go inside. it's love. Say it till it sounds like someone I don't know. I'm teaching my tongue to forget the shape. 3 syllables I've said 10,000 ways. Sweet then angry, then begging, then resigned. Now I'm just saying it empty like it's anyone's. Practice makes perfect, just so they claim. So I'm practicing the art of your name becoming strange. Repetition breaks meaning, makes it just sound. Watch me turn you into random noise. I used to know the weight of it, how it felt to call you mine. Now I'm working backwards through time. I'm learning your name, letter by letter, erasing the claim you had on my vocabulary. I'm learning your name, your name, your name, your name, till it's foreign, till it's nothing, just a word that used to mean everything. Unlearning, unlearning your name, your name. I say 100 times clinical, like a scientist studying a specimen. Day 2, I pair it with different adjectives. Your name, the stranger, your name, the past tense. Day 3, I whisper it to my reflection till the mirror doesn't recognize it either. Week 1 complete, it's starting to sound like language I didn't grow up with. I'm rewriting my internal dictionary, deleting your definition, training for this new condition. I'm learning your name, syllable by syllable, breaking the chain that tied it to my identity. I'm learning your name, your name, your name, your name, till it's distant, till it's empty. It's just a sound that used to wreck me. And unlearning your name. Say it again, yeah. They say it takes 21 days to break a habit, build a new way. But you have 4 years of muscle memory, memory carved into my throat's geography. So I'll take 8,000 days if I need it. Methodical, patient, committed to the ceremony of forgetting, to the ritual of letting you go. I'm learning your name, for me by for me, releasing the pain attached to those specific letters. I'm learning your name, your name, your name, your name, till it's fiction, till it's over, just a word I used to know. Now I'm all learning, unlearning your name. Say it forward, say it fast, say it till it's nothing but the past. Your name, your name, your name, someone else's name, not mine anymore. If I could bend time backwards, would you still leave on Sunday night? There's a theory that every choice we make splits the universe into what ifs and what is. Maybe in another dimension, Saturday, we're still wrapped in your sheets at noon, ignoring the world's cruel insistence on Monday. Scientists say time's relative to the observer, and I've been observing this moment for months, trying to slow it down in retrospect. If I'd known that last Saturday was last, I'd have memorized it different, paid attention to the physics of your life. Would you still leave on Sunday night? Or would Saturday loop infinite? Would Saturday loop infinite? Would Saturday? It's 4 a.m. and I'm sitting on the floor, barefoot on the kitchen tile, cold. The kind of cold that keeps you conscious when you wanna disappear. Didn't make it to the bedroom before I fell apart. Something about the fluorescent light felt right for this kind of break-in. The refrigerator hums your absence. This is not poetic, this is not a scene in someone's movie. This is just me at the bottom. The kitchen towel cold against my spine, my palms, my last resolve. This is where I finally let it hit me that you're not coming back at dawn, not coming back at dawn. Kitchen towel cold, holding me when no one else can. Solid and unforgiving like the truth I'm finally feeling here on the ground. There's a coffee stain from Tuesday near my knee. Groceries I haven't put away since you left. The trash needs taking out. These mundane things continue while I can't. I thought grief would be more dramatic somehow. Not sitting cross-legged in an unwashed t-shirt, staring at the grout lines, counting tiles to stay sane. This is not poetic, this is just the middle of the night, when pretty words fail and I'm out of fight. Kitchen towel cold, ceramic witness to my lowest point. This is where I'm done pretending I'm okay. Let the floor hold what I can't hold, can't hold. Kitchen towel cold, the only honest thing I felt in weeks. Solid beneath my break and nothing soft to sink into. Just the ground. I'll get up, shower, eat something, call my mother back. Tell her I'm fine in that voice that means I'm not, but tonight, right now. Kitchen towel cold, kitchen I'll get up, shower, eat something, call my mother back. Tell her I'm fine in that voice that means I'm not, but tonight, right now. In this kitchen towel cold, I'm allowed to not be fine, to sit exactly where I fell and not get up until I'm ready, until I'm ready. Kitchen towel cold against my cheek, now I'm lying down. This is where rock bottom feels like relief somehow. At least I know I can't fall further from here, holding my weight without judgment. Solid and unforgiving, but somehow still forgiven. This ground, the sun's coming up, I can see it on the ceiling. I know it's late or early, whatever. I know I shouldn't be calling, you probably won't even listen to this. Delete it before you hear my voice. But I needed to say it into the universe, even if you're not on the other end. I'm sitting in my car in the parking lot of that 24-hour diner where we used to go after midnight when we couldn't sleep. Remember, you get waffles, I get coffee, we'd split the fries even though I said I wasn't hungry. I'm in the parking lot, but I can't go in alone. The thing is, I wanted to tell you I saw your favorite movie, got a sequel, and my first thought was I should text you before I remembered I can't anymore. Isn't that strange, how the brain forgets we ended, reaches for you like reflex. I've been doing that thing you hated, overthinking till I can't breathe. You used to put your hand on my chest, tell me to breathe with you. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to do it myself now, but I keep losing count. I'm not calling to get you back. I think maybe I am. I don't know what I'm doing. It's 3:47 in the morning, and you're not here. And I needed you to know that matters, that your absence is allowed. I should hang up, I should delete this before I send it. But my thumb's hovering over the button. I can't. Let me just say what I called to say. I'm sorry for the fight, for the silence after, for not saying this when it mattered. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry for calling at 3:40 am, for still having your number memorized, for loving you in a way you couldn't receive. I'm sorry, and I miss you, gotta miss you. The way you laughed at your own jokes, the way you knew when I needed space and when I needed holding. I miss the person I was when I was yours. I miss. Shit, it's cutting me off. I just wanted you to know. I still. There's a version of you who chose different. There's a version of me who stayed. I wonder about the you who turned around at the airport, came back, said you'd made a mistake. Does that version of you wake up next to me, or did parallel you make different mistakes? Maybe in another timeline's Tuesday, you loved me the way I needed, I loved you better. And we're not here, we're there, living the life this version lost. Somewhere in the infinite possibilities, there's a universe where we got it right. And I'm There's a world where you said yes instead of no, where I said nothing instead of everything, where we met 5 years earlier or later, and that timing shift changed gravity. Does that version of us fight about different things, or did we solve what broke us here? I'm haunted by the choices we didn't make and the people those choices would have created. Somewhere splitting off from here, there's a universe where we're still in love, and I trade places with that version of parallel you, living the life we almost had. We should have tried harder to keep in this timeline. Parallel you, do you ever feel an echo of what we were? Something real bleeding through from this universe to yours. The you who found a way, the me who wants more. Parallel you, maybe every regret creates a split, another world where I chose different, and there's infinite versions of us, some together, some lost. Which one's real? All of them, none of them, none of them. I'm in love with someone who exists somewhere else. Parallel you, I hope you're happy there, in the dimension where we learn to care better than we did in this one. Parallel you, kiss the me who stayed, tell her she's lucky it worked out that way, while I'm here, loving your ghost. The you I chose, the me I lost most. Parallel you, there's a version of you chose different. There's a version of me stay. We're living there somewhere, everywhere, nowhere I can reach. Welcome to my collection, admission when heartbroken, exhibition opens, never closes. I kept the receipt from the movie we saw that night. You first held my hand, admission for 2, date stamped June, faded now, but I know every word. Your boarding pass from the trip you took alone. When you came back, different, distant, I pressed it in a book like a flower, preserved the exact day things shifted. These ordinary objects, extraordinary now, artifacts of us I can't throw out. In my museum of small things, every piece tells a story no one else could understand. The ticket stub, the bottle cap, the note you wrote on a napkin, each one cataloged, curated, kept. In my museum of small things, where nothing's small at all, it's everything when you're the one who's gone. There's a sugar packet from the cafe where you told me you loved me first. I took it home, kept it on my nightstand, stupid and sacred both at once. Your broken shoelace from the day we moved into the apartment we'd move out of separate. I don't know why I saved it, except I knew some insignificant pieces mean everything now that you're part of my permanent collection. In my museum of small things, every artifact's evidence we were real. The hair tie you left, the pen you always borrow, the photo booth strip, each one preserved under glass. In my museum of small things, where the mundane becomes memorial, it's everything. This gallery of loss, sometimes I walk through late at night, give tours to an audience of ghosts. This I say is when we were happy, this is when we didn't know we'd end. This insignificant receipt is priceless to me, a curator of what we were, preserving us in careful drawers. In my museum of small things, every treasure's worthless except to me. The book you lent and never asked for back, the fortune cookie paper, the dried rose, each one labeled with a date. In my museum of small things, some people forget and throw away, but I archived it all, built a monument to every ordinary moment we had. One heart broken, always open, never closing, even though you left. The collection grows. Museum of small things. Population. Museum of small things. Museum of small things. Open all night when everything else is closed, including me. The sign glows green, then red, then blue, reflects in puddles on the sidewalk. I'm wandering miles at 2 a.m., looking for something to fix what you broke. The pharmacist doesn't ask questions, just scans the barcode of my desperation. Fluorescent lights make everyone look sick, appropriate, I'm infected with your memory. Eyes 3, pain relief, hour 5, sleep 8, hour 9, everything I need except the cure for you. In the neon pharmacy, everything's available but healing, chemical solutions for emotional problems. Neon pharmacy, open when I'm broken, when I'm barely standing, selling temporary fixes under electric light. In the neon pharmacy tonight, in the neon pharmacy tonight, there's other people here like me, ghosts in the vitamin section. We don't make eye contact, we recognize each other's late night missions. The automatic doors keep sliding open like the store is breathing, letting people in who can't sleep, can't cope, can't be alone in regular darkness without medication. Prescription in my pocket, but over the counter hope, self-medicating symptoms while the disease just grows. In the neon pharmacy, where the lights never dim and neither does the ache, browse the shelves for something to replace you. Neon pharmacy, promising relief in plastic bottles, but nothing here can cure what's actually wrong. stopped here. But I keep coming back anyway. My temporary home. Storms coming, I can feel the pressure drop. We've been here before. I've been tracking our emotional climate for months now, seeing patterns emerge. You go cold front when I need warmth. I rain down when you need clear skies. There's a system developing between us. Meteorologists would call it unstable. Low pressure conversation, high pressure silence. With cyclical, predictable, natural disaster. I can see it forming in your eyes. The clouds roll in before the fight. We're weather patterns we can't control. Weather patterns, we repeat them season after season. We don't learn. You're the storm I keep forecasting. I'm the flood that returns. Weather patterns inevitable. It's rain after lightning, it's thunder after flash. We're caught in cycles. Weather patterns, babe, and I don't know how to change the climate we create. Spring brings hope, but also heavy winds. Summer's heat makes everything combust. Fall we cool down, think we figured out how to be gentle, but winter proves us strong. I've got your warnings memorized, can predict your temperature by your tone. Still I don't evacuate, don't prepare. I let your storms wreck me every time. There's a system brewing now, I see it in where you won't look at me. Real weather patterns, catastrophically. Weather patterns we're repeating, history written in the atmosphere we breathe. You're the drought and the downpour, I'm the damage in between. Weather patterns undeniable, seasons turn and fronts collide. We're natural forces, we're weather patterns, babe. And I'm tired of the forecast always being the same. Maybe we're climate change, getting worse every year. Extreme conditions becoming normal here. What if we're not meant to last? What if we're just systems passing through, leaving destruction, moving on? Is there a calm after the storm, or just another storm? Weather patterns we've been reading, all the signs but refusing to believe. You're the one I keep ignoring, I'm the fool who stays. Weather patterns biblical, it's flooding fires, wind and rain. We're destructive forces. Weather patterns, babe, and I'm learning. again. Unless we stop the cycle, unless we stop. I'm having a conversation with a version of me who's already over you. I miss you today. Saw something that reminded me, and I wanted to call. Is that okay? No, it's not okay. We decided we were done with that. You always do this when you feel weak. But what if this time he's actually sorry? What if I'm giving up too soon? What if nothing, you've asked these questions before? The answer doesn't change just because you're lonely at 3 a.m. I'm not ready to let go. You've been ready, you're just scared. It's more complicated than that. No, it's actually very simple. Duet for one, singing both parts of this heartbreak song. I'm the version who still loves you, and the version moving on. Duet for one, having arguments with myself till dawn. I'm my own worst enemy and my own best friend in this. Duet for one. Remember when he said he'd never hurt me like that? Remember when he did multiple times? Actually, you keep rewriting history, making him softer in your memory. You don't understand what we had was real. I understand perfectly. I'm you. Remember, I felt everything you felt. I just processed it differently. Maybe I'm the one who's wrong. Maybe you're just human healing slow. I don't know which voice to trust. Trust the one who wants you whole. Duet for one, harmony of hurt and hope colliding. I'm the version drowning in the past, and the version finally trying. Duet for one, two perspectives in a single mind. I'm fighting myself to save myself in this. Duet for one. What if you feel better than you ever did? What if he was the one? What if you were the one you needed all along? What if both things are true, and that's okay? Duet for one, learning to love both parts of who I am. The version still in pieces, and the version with the plan. Duet for one, eventually these voices will align. I'm becoming whole by honoring every part inside this. Duet for one. Hey, it's okay that you're not over it yet. I'll wait for you. I'm not going anywhere. Thank you. Duet for one. Duet for one. We'll figure this out together alone. If I could go back, knowing what I know now, would I change it? Would I? Summer 2019, we met at a friend's party. You wore that blue shirt, I laid a steal. I was dating someone else, you were single, but our eyes kept finding each other anyway. 3 months later when I was free, you just started seeing her. Timing was a cruel comedian, and we were the punchline for years. Now I'm sitting with the finished story, all the chapters where we missed each other, reading it back, seeing the moments where one different choice could have changed everything. If I'd left that first relationship sooner, if you'd waited before starting something new. But life isn't written in pencil, can't erase our way to different outcomes. But in my mind I rewrite it, edit the timeline till we align, just to see what we could have been if the stars had bothered to let us try. Rewrite the ending, give us the story we deserve, where timing's not the villain and we get our moment unobserved by circumstance, by bad luck, by almost. Rewrite the ending, make us work in the revision, even if it's fiction, even if it's just a better version I imagine when I can't sleep. December 2020, we finally went to dinner, both single for the first time in parallel. And I thought, this is it, this is our chance. But you got a job offer across the country. 2 weeks later, you were gone. I didn't ask you to stay. Pride, fear, time and again, we hug goodbye like friends, nothing more. Now I play it different in my head. I ask you to stay or I go with you. I tell you what I really felt that night instead of keeping it professional. Safe in my rewrite, you choose me over career, or I'm brave enough to do long distance. But real life doesn't have a backspace key, can't control zero way to happiness. So I keep rewriting in secret, editing history in my sleep, creating alternate endings where we end up as we rewrite the ending. Give us the closure that we earned, where one of us is honest and the other doesn't run from possibility, from vulnerability, from almost. Rewrite the ending, make us brave in the revision, change one conversation, just one choice, and suddenly we're in us instead of you and I alone. But maybe the ending isn't wrong, maybe it's the story I refuse to accept. Maybe we were always meant to be a lesson, not a forever. Maybe the rewrite I keep doing is just a way to avoid the truth that some people are perfectly right and perfectly wrong timing, and that's the actual ending. No revision needed. Can't rewrite the ending, even though I've tried 1,000 ways. Some stories are finished and no amount of editing makes them stay in the present, in my life and my reality. Can't rewrite the ending, have to write the next chapter. Stop living in the revision, stop choosing the version that doesn't exist and start existing in floating, untethered for so long, forgot what solid ground feels like. But I'm learning. Used to think that love meant losing myself, becoming weightless to fit someone else's orbit. I disappear into the gravitational pull, forget I had my own mass, my own force. Spent years in free fall, thought it was flying, but flying and falling look the same until you land. And I've been landing hard face first into the reality of my own absence. But something's shifting, I feel it in my bones. Weight returning, growing my own gravity. I'm learning how to keep my feet planted while I grow roots, going deep instead of blowing in whatever wind. Gravity, I'm learning, stand in my own mass, clean my space, not float away for anyone. Gravity, I'm learning how to stay, learning how to stay. Used to apologize for taking up room, make myself smaller in every single space, shrinking, disappear, inconvenient ghost, but ghosts don't get to feel the sun. Now I'm practicing presence, occupation, standing with both feet flat, feeling the floor. It's uncomfortable, this weight of existing, but it's real, and real is what I've needed. I'm done floating, done losing myself to orbit anyone, building my own pull, my own gravitational system. Gravity, I'm learning how to be heavy in the best way, substantial, undeniable here. Gravity, I'm learning, stop apologizing for the space I take to breathe without permission. Gravity, I'm learning how to stay out of play myself and grow. They said women should be lazy, to lift, to move, to ignore, but I am learning to be earth, solid, fertile foundation. I'm not floating for anyone's convenience anymore. I am gravitational force, I am weight with purpose, I am learning to stay grounded, and that is not the same as being stuck. That is power. Gravity, I've learned it, how to stand in storms without blowing away, anchored in my own truth, my own ground. Gravity, I've learned it, every cell in my body knows its worth, substantial, immovable. When I choose gravity, I've learned how to stay, learned how to claim my space, no more floating away. What I've learned, gravity doesn't mean you can't reach high, it means you have somewhere solid to push from. I'm learning, I'm learning. I am here. Good morning, look at you, let's try this again. Stand in front of the mirror, therapist said to do this daily. Look myself in the eyes and say things I've never said before. You are enough feels like lying, but she said fake it till you feel it. So here I am at 7 a.m. having an uncomfortable conversation with my reflection. It's harder than it sounds to love the face looking back when you've spent years believing everyone else's version of you. Mirror work, it's messy, learning to speak kindly to the person I see. You're doing your best, sounds strange in my voice, but I'm trying. Mirror work, some days I believe it, some days I just say the words and hope they sink in. Eventually, I'm doing my mirror work. There's 5 things I like about myself without saying but or except. It's taken me 3 weeks to get to 3 things without qualifying, without negating. Your hands are strong, that's 1. Your laugh is genuine, that's 2. You're still here, you're still trying, that's 3. Some days that's enough, some days it isn't. It's harder than it sounds to celebrate yourself out loud when you've spent years making yourself smaller for comfort. Mirror work, it's progress, learning to see beauty without comparison. You're worthy of good things, still catches in my throat, but I'm trying. Mirror work, some days I cry through it, some days I smile and almost mean it. Eventually, I'm doing my mirror work. Hey, you, I'm sorry for the years I hated you, for every time I looked away. Couldn't stand to see your face, for every harsh word, every criticism. Every time I chose someone else's love over yours. To choose you first, to speak to you the way I speak to friends, with gentleness, with patience, with forgiveness. You deserve that too. You've always deserved that. Mirror work, it's healing, learning to hold space for who I actually am. I love you doesn't stick yet, but I'm close, I'm trying, I'm getting there. Mirror work, today I almost meant it when I said you're beautiful inside and out. Eventually, this mirror work will work, and I believe every word I say. Good morning, look at you, still here, still trying. That's enough for today, that's more than enough. I'm proud of you, I mean it this time, I really do. Not winter anymore, but not quite spring. I'm somewhere in between, and that's okay. They call it shoulder season in the travel books, that time when nothing's blooming yet, but the freeze has lifted just enough to walk outside without full armor. I'm in my shoulder season now, after the winter of us before the summer of me. Not healed but healing, not happy but not heartbroken, somewhere in the middle, and that's alright. The worst is behind me, the best is still coming, and this in between is teaching me how to exist in transition. Shorter season, I'm warming up, slowly learning how to bloom again. Not rushing spring, not mourning winter, just being here in the between. Shorter season, where hope is quiet but it's real, not quite home, but getting there. Comfortable in the almost. A shoulder season. Some days I still wear the heavy coat of grief. Other days I leave it at home, risk the breeze, testing what I can handle, what still hurts, what's healed enough to touch without flinching. I'm not rushing myself to be over it, or forcing flowers before they're ready. Just noticing the subtle shifts, how breathing gets easier by degrees. The worst is behind me, new growth is beginning, and this in between is showing me strength in the gentle stages. Shorter season, I'm waking up, slowly returning to the person I was before I lost myself in someone else, finding my rhythm in the thaw. Shorter season, where progress isn't always visible, but it's happening underground, roots deepening in the almost. A shoulder season, I don't need to be spring yet, don't need to be fully bloomed, just need to honor this phase. Between the frost and the flowers, there's beauty here too, in the tentative warming, in the slow reveal of who I'm becoming after you. Shoulder season knows good things take time, and I'm worth the wait. Shoulder season, I'm opening up, slowly trusting life to hold me again. Not perfect but present, not fixed but mending, finding peace in the process. Shoulder season, where hope grows in increments, and that's exactly what I need. Grateful for the almost of shoulder season. My shoulder season. Not winter anymore, not quite spring, but I'm somewhere in between, and that's exactly where I need to be right now, right here. Shoulder season, my shoulder season. I've learned choreography of walking away with grace. Practice makes perfect, or at least makes possible. I used to crumble at the exit sign, beg you to stay, rewrite the script, hold on past expiration, past dignity. But I've had enough rehearsals now to know when the scene is over, know when to take my bow and leave. I've studied the art of ending things before they end me, and I've gotten good at it. It's not that it doesn't hurt, it's that I know how to hold the hurt without letting it destroy me. There's a difference. I'm good at goodbyes now, got a system, got it figured out. Clean break, no mess, no begging for a different ending. I'm good at goodbyes, goodbyes. Pack it up, move along, keep my head high. Walking out doesn't mean it doesn't ache, just means I know maybe that's just survival. I'm good at goodbyes now. Doesn't mean I don't wish I didn't have to be. Doesn't mean I wouldn't rather be good at staying with someone who makes staying easy. I'm good at goodbyes. Self-preservation just as confidence, mix of strength and sadness. But I'd rather leave intact than stay in pieces. I'm good at goodbyes. I'm good at goodbyes. And maybe someday I won't have to be. So here's another one, another goodbye. I'm good at another ending. I'll survive because I always do. Because I've learned how. Because I have to. I'm good at goodbyes. I'm just tired of having to be. I had wigs to curve linen coats, staying mixed with genuine sadness. Hold on past expiration, past dignity. But I've had enough rehearsals now to know when the scene is over, know when to take my bow and leave. I've studied the art of ending things before they end me, and I've gotten good at it. In the violet hours, between day and night, everything changes color, everything softens, including me. There's a time just before the sun goes down, when the light turns everything purple and gold. Violet hours, the French call it leur bleu, though it's more violet than blue. That's where I am now, in the in-between. Not in the bright pain of day, not in the deep dark of forgetting. Somewhere in the color of transition, where endings look almost like art. I'm not okay yet, but I'm not broken anymore either. I'm somewhere in the middle, in the violet hours of healing, violet hours, where I'm learning to hold both grief and gratitude at once, to say goodbye without bitterness, to remember without bleeding. Violet hours, the light's changing, so am I. Softening at the edges, finding beauty in the bruising. The violet hours, I'm letting you go. Finally, gently, in the violet hours. I used to think healing was forgetting, scrubbing you out like a stain. But now I know it's more like sunset, how the day doesn't disappear, just transforms, changes color, loses intensity, becomes background for stars instead of centerpiece. Your background now, no longer the sun, just part of the landscape of my history. I'm not over you completely, but I'm not under you either. I'm somewhere in the middle, in the violet hours of moving on. Violet hours, where I'm understanding that some loves are seasons, not lifetimes, that endings aren't failures, just completions of more about my own capacity. And thank you for leaving, because in the space you left behind, I found room for myself in the violet hours. Everything's permission to exist between states, between pain and peace, and call it progress. Violet hours. I'm releasing every version of how this should have gone, every fantasy, every what if, every maybe, letting them dissolve into dusk. Violet hours, the lights gone gentle, so have I. No more fighting what is, no more forcing what isn't. In the violet hours, I'm finally here, present, breathing, whole enough in the violet hours, in the violet hours. The sun sets on us, and I'm okay with that. Some things are more beautiful in their ending than their beginning. And we were violet hour love, brief, breathtaking, transitional, meant to teach me how to appreciate twilight.